What would you do if you extended a helping hand to family, only for them to demand more and insult your child? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. My brother, Leo, and his wife, Clara, found themselves in a difficult situation. Clara had recently lost her job, which unfortunately led to them losing the house they were renting. Leo reached out to me, asking if they could stay with me for a while. After discussing it with my boyfriend, Daniel, we agreed to let them stay. So, I told Leo yes, but with one firm condition: they couldn't bring any of their furniture with them. We simply didn't have the space. Our spare room already had a bed and dressers in it, so they would need to find a place to store their belongings. Leo wasn't thrilled about it, but he agreed, and that seemed to be that. However, as soon as they started moving their clothes and other essentials into the spare room, the complaints began. They grumbled about how small the room was. I tried to ignore it, understanding that they were accustomed to living in a much larger house. I felt genuinely sympathetic, knowing firsthand the feeling of going from having everything to nothing. I apologized and explained that it was the best we had to offer. The real issue, the turning point in our strained living arrangement, unfolded one afternoon. My son, little Alex, was in his room, and he started to cry. I went in to check on him, and that's when Leo became furious. I usually keep Alex's door closed when he's napping. I use a baby monitor to keep an eye on him. And I suppose Leo must have seen how large Alex's room appeared. It's genuinely not a big room at all. It's just bigger than the spare room. He immediately demanded, "Why the hell did you give us the small room when you can just move your son into the spare room?" I stared at him, my patience thinning. "I am not moving Alex and all his things into a different room," I calmly stated, "when the spare bedroom is perfectly fine for the two of you. As long as you don't try to move your entire house into one room." Both Leo and Clara erupted. They became visibly enraged, throwing a fit right there in the hallway. Then, Leo escalated his demands, asking why we didn't just move Alex into our room. I explained that Alex's crib wouldn't fit in our bedroom. And again, I firmly reiterated that I was not going to move my son just to accommodate them. The audacity of it was staggering. As one of the top comments aptly put it, "It takes some goddamn nerve right there to call you entitled and insult your infant son when you are giving them a place to live and accommodating their whiny, entitled asses." The last week or so had been incredibly tense. There were constant small, cutting comments. The cold shoulder was a regular occurrence. Clara even started intentionally bumping into me. Petty shoulder checks if we happened to cross paths too closely. I bit my tongue, trying to keep the peace because I love my brother and didn't want to cause more trouble. Plus, I reasoned, if they weren't so pissy, as I thought of it, they wouldn't be so hard to live with. Then, they started complaining about Alex's crying at night, claiming it was keeping them awake. I understood their frustration to some extent, but he's a baby. He only wakes once a night to eat, and it's not even every night. This morning, the situation finally reached its breaking point. Leo walked up to me and, with a straight face, told me I should move into the spare room and let them have my bedroom and Daniel's room so they wouldn't be woken up by the baby. When I unequivocally told him no, he started yelling. He called me selfish and entitled. Then, the words that truly made me see red tumbled out. He told me I should let them have my room because my son is an annoying little shit that keeps them up every night. All night. I did not yell back, though every fiber of my being screamed to do so. Instead, my voice was dangerously calm, laced with a steel I hadn't known I possessed. "If you can't appreciate the room you were given, you can go elsewhere," I said, each word deliberate and firm. "Daniel and I have been more than accommodating to you. You constantly complain. You're ungrateful and rude. Get over yourself or get out of my house." My mother later called, telling me I was an asshole for not giving the married couple the larger bedroom with the connected bathroom. Apparently, my other siblings agreed, but as another commenter wisely pointed out, my brother called my son a literal baby, an annoying shit. "Girl, you need to evict him and his wife yesterday." And truly, he does not get to cause an inconvenience in your home to your family, insult your child, and make sleeping arrangement demands because he's bitter he has a smaller room than he wanted. It's important to note that they don't pay any rent. Daniel and I own our home and have no mortgage payments. They only contribute by paying the difference on the electricity bill and buying some of their own groceries. I do the majority of the cooking and all the cleaning. As Daniel gets off work tonight, We're going to have a serious conversation about asking them to leave. I'll be sure to update everyone tomorrow with what happens next. The core lesson here is that extending kindness and generosity should never be met with entitlement and disrespect. When someone takes advantage of your goodwill, sometimes the only option is to stand firm and protect your peace. What would you have done in this situation?